How do we paint? Transparency. We find a beautiful photo like this of leaves where they are backlit and the light is shining through the translucency of the leaves, and it's refracted and bent and changed slightly. We can paint the color and try to get that as accurate as possible, but the most important aspect for translucency is value. We need to study and extract the value of each color and put them in juxtaposition to each other to understand and interpret it, be it in watercolor, oil, or pastel. So here I am in Procreate. If I come and touch the area, the lightest area of this big leaf, which is the one we're looking at first, this would be the lightest area. We find it here and here and here and back here. So these are the lightest areas. So we'll just take a sample of one, grab it, and put it here. That is that area that I just chose right there. Now we try to look at another area on this same leaf, and let us choose the greenish area here. So there it is. We've picked up that color, and I'm going to add it to the palette. So we can see the difference between the lighter area of the leaf and this greenish area of the leaf. Now let's look at the darker green area of the leaf, and we can see that color there and the value of it, which when I'm done, I will turn this to black and white so you can examine this. Let us also look at the brightest red area of the leaf. Wait, there's a light red right there. See that light red? It's right in between there and there. It's also pretty much right here. So we'll grab that color. And then we'll find the next deepest area right in here between the green and that red. It's that red right there. And then the darkness of the stem for this leaf is here. And then the very darkest right there. So this top row is that large leaf. If we do the same thing with this background leaf here, that's this one down here, we're going to find the lighter area. Now, in reality, it is the same kind of leaf as the one we just looked at, but because it's further away and in the distance, and there is some cast shadow on it, so it's not quite as transparent, it is going to be slightly different. So where is the light area on this leaf? There's the lightest, right there. We'll put that into the palette. See already the difference between the highlight in that large leaf in the middle and the second leaf down below. Now we'll look for that light, the lighter green right there. Where did my palette go? There it is. See how different it is from the first leaf? But basically, in reality, it's the same. Now for the darker green. Now we're going to go for the lightest red on this leaf, anywhere in here. Ooh, that happens to be a little lighter, because on that first leaf, there's nothing in the bright light on the leaf. But this one is catching more light just by the nature of that leaf. Then we have the middle red, right about there. See deeper. The darker red of where's the deepest red near the stem, as we found on that first one. About there. And then the darkness of the dark stem right there. So the second row is from this second leaf, which is this one right here. Okay. Now let's take a look at this top leaf here. Why is that not bright enough? Why is that so dark? Sorry, just let me fix this. There we go. All right. Now we're going to look at this top leaf here. Okay. Again, we are going to follow the same process. Where is the lightest area on this leaf? There is no yellow, right? But this light orange on the edge here is probably the lightest area on this leaf. It's here and a little bit right here and even some back here. So let's grab this one. This seems to be the brightest. We'll grab that and we will add it into our palette for this leaf. Then we have the greenish red, the lighter greenish red, right in here. Lost my palette again. And then the darkest greenish red, which I think is, let's find it over here. That's a dark green red right there. Now we have, that was kind of our reddish area. We have a little bit of green, not too much green, maybe a little bit right there. But look how, it's not very green, is it? It's green in comparison to what is near it in the leaf, but not in the other leaves. Here we have the darker red area. This is now a cast shadow in this area. Then we have the lighter part of the stem that we're dealing with right about here. I think that's right. Let's try this. Yes. That's the lighter part of the stem. Actually, there's a, look right here on this part of the stem here. Look how that's capturing that red. That's the same red that's over in here. But then the dark part of the stem is here. So, with these rows going across, just a moment, I have to find my color. We have the first row here, that top row, being from that first large leaf. There. The second row, I'll make it blue. This row will be from this back leaf. And then the third row here is from this red leaf. So that is how we have found our values and colors within each leaf. Of course, it's always good to do a value sketch first if you're not sure of where you're going with it. But I am going to move right into a painting, and here I'm using watercolor just because it's what I had out and easily accessible. I do a quick sketch, laying out the objects on my paper, just a very light sketch. This is where you want to be sure that your drawing is accurate and that it is working well for where you're going in the painting. Now is the time to make any corrections early on before you get the paint onto the paper. Keep on hand that little chart that has the colors that you need to use, and really consider as you're mixing the color or choosing the pastel out of your box that they are accurate to what your plan is. Here in watercolor, I am pulling out a variety of colors so they're they're ready to grab and easy to mix. I am going to start with the lightest areas because watercolor, you work light to dark, laying out the brightest areas of the leaf, and you can do the same here in pastel. Then I can bring in a slightly deeper tone for those areas that are a little more rich in color. Green, I've now mixed that green that is obvious in the veins of the leaf and also in that area that is a little darker in color and has, I believe, a soft cast shadow across it from the back. There's some leaf on the other side of this leaf that is blocking the light coming through to this leaf. It's going to be deeper in value and a little different in its hue or color. Now I've mixed a soft red to blend in while the paint is still damp so it bleeds in as the leaf does. That red is becoming obvious, flowing out from the veins of the leaf as the chlorophyll leaves the leaf in the autumn. But for our consideration, the value is what is important. If you're not sure, stop at this point and take a photo and remove again all the saturation of color to see if you are heading in the right direction. I'm now moving on to the next leaf, noticing exactly where that cast shadow falls on the leaf and being accurate with it. Value first, color second. In watercolor, we work light to dark. But if you're doing this in pastel, you don't have to layer these colors. You, in the sense from light to dark, you choose the color that you need from your pastel collection and make it work in the painting. In the top leaf, again, rather separately, I find the colors that are going to work for that leaf. If needed, go back to your little Procreate dots to choose the right colors. It's also in comparison with the other leaves. This one is darker, and I'm going to soften that color as I go along. I'm going to deepen it so that the focus will be on that front leaf in the middle. But you can see in the top leaf, the red one, how that dark shadow where the front leaf is casting a shadow onto it, it's dark. And the contrast is what makes the illusion of transparency in our painting. Look closely at each tiny area and then paint it through according to the value first and the color second. I'm going to keep repeating it. As I finish up the leaves in this painting, I'm considering how to make them pop even more. I want that sky behind. If I add other trees behind with the same values, it's not going to pop as much. And I want to make the sky even darker. The video that I thought I was taking for this segment did not come out, so I apologize. But I used a strong cobalt blue and I edged around the leaves to leave a sparkle at the edge. Right at the very tip there, you can see it. And this helps the illusion that we have created that the light is hitting those leaves. Part of the light is blocked, and you can see that the contrast in value is what gives that illusion of translucency, transparency to the leaves. It makes magic.